But if as long as it didn't get us kicked off television, because I'm 23 years old and I'm getting a main event at the Superdome, I'm main eventing a major wrestling territory and making $100,000 a year. What the? You think I'm not gonna? Fuck you! I'm gonna get over it, right?
Well, that's what always amazed me about.
Sit back and fucking say, okay, well, thank you for the job.
That's what always amazed me about when you came in, because you were so young, and I mean the Cowboy Bill Watts, I've never met him, but that I always saw on TV and have heard all the stories, drove such a hard bargain. I'm thinking to myself, I mean, as young as you were, God, you had to be afraid almost, like, to not make a mistake, is what I'm saying. Not afraid to do your job,
Well,
afraid
yeah.
to not
Well,
make a
no,
mistake.
actually, I was more afraid to do my job than I was of making a mistake. I did not want to fuck up and get Bill Watts to yell at me, but I was afraid nightly doing my job. I quit the business 3 times at ringside in Tulsa alone.
Jesus.
If I would say if I get back to the locker room without being cut or stabbed or fucking hurt in a serious way, then fuck it, I'm going home. But by the time you get in the car with the boys, or you get back to the fucking hotel and get a pizza and calm down and you get the check or whatever, but no, and actually, and I'm going to say, I've said before, I was one of the only people that went the whole year. I worked for Watts a whole year without being yelled at. And actually, that's not true. He kind of halfway yelled at me in a group yell one time, but Watts never yelled at me because I just was diligent enough that I didn't fuck up. He corrected me a few times, especially the first one. And JR likes to tell a story. When I did my first set of local pre-tape interviews at Channel 3 in Shreveport one day, I come in and JR's conducting the interviews. They'd switch off JR and Reeser Bowden, right? And of course, I'm doing the Lawler and Lance Russell routine. I'm fucking assessing JR's clothes and talking about how fat he is, blah, blah, blah. And then I did the last 30 seconds, was about to match. And after I got finished, Watts said, okay, now, since we're not going to be booking Cornette versus Ross in the near future, do it again. Talk about your opponent. Yes, sir.
That's great.